Fluffs, what's up? It's good to see you all. Thank you all for coming. Glad you could make it. Well, we do have PJ Cruikshank in the element. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. On my tour again. Apart from flats, obviously. Good to be here. Good to be here. That's what back Jesus still up there.
Amen. That's for sure. Um, so it's damn hot here tonight. I
Mm,
literally just filled this glass up with water and it's practically finished.
wow.
But then again,
Wow.
I drink like 3 to 4 liters of water a day, so and it's so damn hot. But it's good to see you, everybody in the chat. I'm just gonna say hi to everybody quickly before we do start. Glenn Sells, what's up? Moomin Rider, hello, good to see you. Jeff Conkle in the house, glad to have you. Miss Mod Queen B, hello, hello, always glad to have you here. Jamacho Wombat, good to see you too. Anson Howard, hello, glad to have you here. Saddlebum, what's up? Good to have you guys here. So, what do you think about the votes, the polls?
Yeah. Well, I put the first one was it yes, and I put a few name say.
Let's see what names you put up.
I think I did Mary Mary.
Mary, Mary. Is
Planet
lovey
Rock.
balls.
Yeah. I love V balls.
I love you balls. That's a good one.
I,
Yeah, Planarwalk should change to I love you balls. That's good.
but that in itself is different from his personality. I mean, he might love balls, but he
You're
doesn't.
not allowed to say that because
I know. But
a Planarwalk
I'm
has
talking.
identity issues, so doesn't like people calling him by his gender.
No, I'm talking about as in glow balls, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's sad the society we live in today can't accept if they're
Yes.
male or female. Really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Roasters Nuts, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Anyway, 75% say yes, and this is the name, and 25% say no. Have you watched the video from Planarwalk though?
I haven't. No, like when it comes to Planarwalk, I don't know. I've only ever seen him through this show. I don't know if I
I
could once.
hardly watch Planarwalk, but when I saw
No.
this, um, what is it? Let's try to get to show the thumbnail. Okay, it doesn't show the thumbnail. Anyway, it says flat Earth totally demolished or destroyed or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, this we got to see. But yeah, I mean, look at that Teddy that he's got on his keyboard.
Oh wow! I just noticed that.
Mm,
He's got a pen.
now you know why he's in the situation he's in. Why
Of course.
he's yeah. We all know spiritually he's demon possessed, and obviously that's why.
Oh, it's actually a devil teddy. I just noticed the pentagram, then I
Hmm.
noticed it's a demon teddy.
Hmm.
Wow, crazy.
Exactly.
Why would you want a teddy like that? It's not even cute. Yeah,
It's sad
it's,
actually. Hey, Kenny,
it's
it's
not.
good to see you, man. Ah, so
I mean,
yeah.
why would you want to portray that? If you want to be a good person, if you if you excuse me, joking. If you want to be a good person, all that fine. But why would you want to portray yourself as believing in that stuff?
No,
Because it's
they see it as a joke kind of thing.
ideology.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It could be an undercover Satanist, exactly
yeah,
Jeff, or he could be seeing it as a joke because he's not quote unquote religious, but not
yeah.
understanding that's an open doorway for.
Without a doubt, without a
Hmm.
doubt.
They don't understand the symbolism behind that is open doorways for demons, and
Mm.
yeah, and probably that's because why he's inclined for the other position. Yes, my kind. Frau Mama hat es
I didn't
besser.
see a name suggestion, babe. I didn't see a name suggestion. What is it?
But it's good to see you guys. Hey, hola Tim. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. And Critical Facts, what's up? He's prettier than Arwen. No, that I'll 100% agree with you. At least he's not going bald
Well, that's
and
it.
can't accept it. I mean, unlike me, I'm facing the fact. I'm going bald, guys. Only reason I
Yeah, but
still got my fluff up here is because my wife says I can't shave my hair off.
you don't deny it though. You accept it and just say, "Look, I'm going bald." So what?
That's part of life.
Yeah, Arwen said, "Look, I'm not going bald," and then the times he kind of accepts it a little bit, he's like, "So what if I am? People go bald." Do you know
You
what I mean? But
literally
then,
see it.
yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course. I mean, he has got a lot of hair, but that's because he's grew out the
I
rest
mean,
of
I
it.
can grow my hair as well, but it's not going to help
Hmm.
me growing hair and up here, you can see the bald spot. That's not gonna help me much.
No, I think Vibes probably think his products for it. What do you call them? Alex Jones's products and stuff like that. I don't think none of that stuff works. You know what I mean?
Hey, Space Miner, good to see you. I think it's just a way of life, and people should just accept it and go on with life. You know what I mean?
Of course, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, grey hair's called wisdom in the Bible. So what is no hair? That must mean like you're really really wise.
Hopefully I'll get buff enough for my wife to say, okay, fine, shave your hair off. You know, all buff dudes are bald. Joking. But that's why I practically wear a cap most of the time.
Yeah, I don't think that's got to be something I'll be bothered with, baldness. Like my dad wasn't bald. My granddad on my mum's side wasn't bald. So yeah, I think I'll be all right. I'm 47 now. I've got full head of hair, but it's one of them things that would bother me though, Flat. So like, it doesn't bother you at all. But if I was to feel myself going bald, I would panic, even though there's nothing I can do about it.
I mean, I had long hair at a stage. I actually had long black hair. Yeah, believe it or not, I was like a rocker. So I had
yeah, me too.
I had long spiky hair. I mean, really. But yeah, one day it just decided to get thinner and thinner. It's just part of my genetics, unfortunately. But I don't know where my brother fell out the bus. He doesn't grow a beard. I grow a beard in a day. He's not losing any hair on his head. I lose it like it's going out of fashion. My bum looks like a gorilla's butthole.
See, well, that's me. I'm hairy legs right up to my belly button, and then it stops. Nothing on my chest. And my brother, my younger brother, he's hairy back, hairy chest. But he looks like an area, you know.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's like my brother. It takes him 4 months to grow a moustache. It takes me 2 days. It's like what? But anyway, Truth Over Comfort. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Okay, so tonight the power's not going off at 11. Woohoo!
Cool.
So we're not rushed to say, oh, sorry guys, we have to stop. But yeah, exciting. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing the editing for my second video on the fitness channel. So it can come out on Sunday, my second video. I'm looking forward to that because this week I did something special. I did a challenge.
Right.
A 5-day full body workout challenge.
Okay.
And I must say, I can see some differences and I can feel it too.
Excellent.
So definitely cool. I got some nice ideas for the future.
There's certainly some programs when it comes to fitness is better than others, you know.
Oh yeah, you'll see. Even this one I did. Some of the things I did was questionable.
Yeah.
Like the dog bird pose.
The dog bird pose.
Yeah,
wow.
That's what he calls it.
Wow, I can't even imagine. It sounds like some kind of.
It's quite crazy. But yeah, this is Planarwalk, Truth Over Comfort, and he's from New Zealand, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. New Zealand or Australia. I always get mixed up with them too.
But he's recently become out of the closet, apparently, or something, and yeah.
Well, the fact
very feminine.
I mean, he just had long hair and that. He wasn't wearing lipstick and stuff.
Yeah, but remember that, like, just before this happened, he was wearing a woman's blouse, and I was saying, "Look what's going to happen."
Right. That's right.
And I think it was like 2-3 weeks after that.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden. At least this time he hasn't got lipstick on, so.
No, I think he's got lip gloss on now.
Lip gloss, yeah. Looks a bit better.
Yeah.
He just looks feminine now, you understand?
I don't mind lip gloss. I use it myself and my lips are a bit chapped, you know.
Oh, PJ. It's all that you see, it's all that kissing because of Vicky.
It's got to be cherry or strawberry.
Young love.
I don't know about young.
Are you ready to start the show?
Absolutely.
But before we do start, guys, please hit the likes, share the show. Really do appreciate everybody's support.
Hit the show and share the likes.
Yeah,
Go for it.
And I have to say, damn, this channel is so much better without the trolls.
It is.
Look how nice the comment sections are becoming.
Exactly.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm Planarwalk, and I have been making Flat Earth videos for several years at this point, and something that Flat Earthers don't seem to realise is I know all the Flat Earth arguments already. Not only do I know all the Flat Earth arguments, I know how to refute them as well. So what I'm going to do...
What?
Really? He knows the argument and he knows how to refute them. Well, if you know the argument, that you can't refute them.
Oh. Hey, Ellen, good to see you, man. He knows how to refute them as well. Then why the hell are we still flat earthers?
Exactly. He's the only one that knows how to refute them. The only one.
That's quite a bold claim to make.
It is. It is. See what he got.
So we're going to see what he's got to do, what to say, guys? Wow.
Do it.
Is I'm going to rapid fire flat earth arguments off the top of my head, and then I'm going to give a quick and simple debunk to them. So the first one that we're going to talk about is the quintessential flat earth talking point, we see too far. So this flat earth talking point commonly ignores something. Sometimes that something is refraction, and sometimes it's the observer height. With the latter, you...
No, it's not Brandon, truth over comfort, no.
Okay.
It's not. No.
How do we break this down for Planarwalk? We see too far has absolutely sweet bugger all got to do with you cherry picking, saying if you don't take refraction, or what else did he say now? Or viewer height. We see too far. Full stop.
Yeah. But in reality, we see as far as we're meant to see. Simple as that.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. Does their globe take angular size change into account?
No.
No, exactly. Hey, Josh yourselves. I can see you. No, so how is it that a person that doesn't get their own belief system doesn't take angular size change into account, wants to go and say, because you see too far, you don't take these optical effects into account? Really? I mean, and he's definitely heard about the Black Swan before.
Oh, of course, absolutely. I think he's actually mentioned it before on one of the...
Uh-huh. And he's totally shown he doesn't understand the argument.
I think, what was it? Truth over comfort thinks this is Brenda. No, this is not.
No, this is not Brenda. Believe me, you'll be scared if you see Brenda.
Oh. I'm scared when I hear Brenda. I want to see Brenda.
Brenda's face. You want to see Brenda's face? Go on Geronism's channel and watch where Brenda debated.
Yeah, it's the first time I ever seen Brenda's face was that time.
Yeah, he's quite a scary bloke. What? We just got back from Rio de Janeiro. My wife Sonia finally got approved for the green card visa. Woohoo! That's great. Nice. I'm very happy for you guys. Always good to see positive news, Tim.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. But anyway, yeah, the Black Swan debunks everything he's just said.
Yeah.
You do have to make sure your observer height is properly accounted for, but with the former, this means that you cannot say because this observation doesn't match exactly what I say that we should see on a globe, therefore the globe doesn't exist, because refraction can still be playing a part.
Terrestrial refraction is not able to actually account for actual refraction. Terrestrial refraction is not even based on refraction. It's literally based on flattening out your geometry. There is no such thing in reality as terrestrial refraction. It's literally a belief like magic pixie dust.
I like what Jolly Man said there. It's quite funny.
That's good.
It is good. I don't want to read it out, but it's good.
But yeah, it's sad though. Just because you think terrestrial refraction is a thing, doesn't make it a thing. Terrestrial refraction literally is explaining the flattening out of geometry. And that's not what refraction does. Light refraction is specific to incident and angles. Notice the angles require a flat horizontal plane. If you're changing your height and elevation, you're just changing your incident angle to the observation. You do know that, Planarwalk, don't you? Obviously you don't know this because you wouldn't be saying the stupid thing you just said. She's mansplaining now. Wow. Let's put it this way. I think Planarwalk is very overconfident.
Definitely.
Made a very big statement in the beginning and totally failed on the first point, as if, how can I put it this way? It's poppycock, Planarwalk. You're literally showing you have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
The question with these observations shouldn't be, does this match exactly what we expect to see on a globe, but does this more closely fit the flat Earth or the globe Earth model?
No, it should be, we see too far, therefore geometry of claim, globe, false. Get it?
Yeah. Yeah. He's putting an option there that shouldn't really be there at all.
Yeah.
Of course, when we've got observations like this, where the bottoms of buildings
And we've already gone through this live on a stream already from, I think it was Refuting and them that did this.
It's crazy that they keep doing this. You know, you don't see the bottom. You don't see the bottom. Wow.
Last time I checked, it's called foreshortening. Foreshortening happens, mate. It's an optical effect.
Yeah, convergent point. Things get squished down into convergent points and stuff like that. There's all sorts of bloody things.
And notice this picture he's got on screen now. Do you see the compression that's happening at the bottom of these buildings?
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. How come that's not like what's happening at the bottom of the buildings there? How come just a little bit further up it's not happening there?
No, but you understand what I'm saying? Why is it that he's claiming this means it's showing Earth curve when the compression is shown to show great amplitude of refraction? So you got amplitude of refraction thanks to temperature inversion, which compresses the buildings in the background, which shows your horizon to be higher, but it's just simply higher because of foreshortening. Yet he wants to claim, when you go to this picture, look how clear it is.
Yeah.
And this is taken from a different position, by the way, guys. Hey, Price of Adam, good to see you, man. Glad you can make it. We've been through this. We actually debunked this whole picture thing you showed on screen. We did it live a whole long time ago. I think it was last year. Beginning of last year or something.
Yeah.
It's sad that the people still show this.
And left to right, the x-axis. You know what I mean? It never that you can see more. There's probably more mileage there than there is going out than the 3 miles you're meant to start seeing curve, and you never see any kind of curvature from on your x-axis.
Well, didn't you know they live on toilet roll Earth?
Of course, conduits.
appearing. That's closest to what we would expect to see on a globe.
Okay. If you say so. No thanks.
That can be explained by perspective. I should probably give the flat earthers a different voice. But that can be explained by perspective.
Really? Wow. I've never had any flat earther talk like that. I mean, Rumpus might talk a little bit like that, but I don't know about any flat earthers talking like that.
You see, this is his, how can I put it? His childish way of trying to make flat earthers seem, I don't know, dumb or ignorant. I don't know. What does he want to make a flat earther sound like? But he's literally mudding the waters here, and he doesn't understand when he does this. He's just showing he's not intelligent enough to actually have an actual rebuttal. So he moves on to trying to make the other side, look like a joke.
Yeah, try to make the other side look dumb. Well, he's got demonic teddy bears and demonic symbology in his room, and he doesn't even know what that can do, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's dumb.
Yeah.
If you want to say that perspective does anything, firstly, it's...
No, it's not do we want to say perspective does anything. It does everything. You're using your eyes, last time I checked. You look in three-dimensional spatial space. Oh, sorry, everybody, yeah, are you using your eyes?
Well, I'm certainly using them right now, yeah.
Yeah, and you're looking in three-dimensional space.
Yep.
There's perspective present.
Mm-hmm.
You can't switch it on and off, can you?
Yeah, you're not looking on a flat piece of paper at a picture. You know what I mean? It's 3 dimensions, therefore perspective's got to come into account.
I mean, this guy's making it sound like you can switch perspective on and off. No, it's always there.
Yeah, they just turn it off by turning it sideways and giving you orthographic and say they take it into account.
But we don't see an orthographic view. We don't see muffled vision.
No, we don't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a good idea to know the formula for perspective, because the formula for perspective does not say that anything should disappear over the horizon.
Formula for perspective is art-based. You ignorant twat. We don't live in an art piece.
Well,
And by the way, perspective is visual. It literally just explains things going to a vanishing point. That's it. Things below eye level go ramp up to the vanishing point. Everything above eye level ramp down to the vanishing point. It doesn't physically happen. It only appears to. Sort of like tunnel vision.
yeah. And if that didn't happen with our vision, it'd be like seeing in 2 dimensions, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Everything would be flat and baseless. You know what I mean?
You would have no depth of field.
No
You'll
depth,
literally have no
no.
depth. Exactly.
Yeah.
Parallax wouldn't exist then.
It wouldn't. Everything would hide everything else. You know?
That's insane. You can't even think of how you can see in 2 dimensions. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
So yeah, the fact this guy's so ignorant on his first point after such a confident statement in the beginning makes you wonder, how the hell does this guy even have followers? Let's see what his followers say. Remember, we don't believe the Earth is a globe. We understand that the Earth is a globe because it's a globe. Only flat earthers believe it's flat.
Wow. That should be totally turned around the other way.
You know what that sounds to me, though? That sounds more like to me like he's trying to convince himself.
Yep.
No, you don't know the Earth is a globe. It can't be a globe because the globe is based on faith. It's the same faith that violates natural law that's basing your globe.
Oh, wow. And the next comment down again about the air going thinner as they go up. It's always the same argument.
So he's going to bring up gas without containment. Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah.
But let's see what this guy says. That pressurized system next to a vacuum argument always frustrated me. It should frustrate you because you can't, how can I put it, demonstrate your belief system.
That's right.
Like do flurfs completely ignore that air gets thinner as you go up. Sorry. We don't ignore pressure gradients, you complete and utter buffoon. You ignore pressure gradients come after having the gas pressure, which requires the containment. No containment? Then you're not able to have the gas pressure to have pressure gradients. No one's ignoring it. You're just too damn dumb to understand it can't exist without the containment. Is that concise enough? Yeah, I think that's concise enough.
Yeah.
You can't have a piece of steak without the cow first being born. Cow born, cow slaughtered, cook the meat, eat the meat. No cow, no meat.
That's it. You can't eat the meat and then the cow come afterwards.
Exactly.
Doesn't work like that.
Really insane stuff. Okay. This guy says flat earth claims are never about the flat earther. Flat earthers don't want to talk about flat earth. They much rather put their ignorance to display talking about how they don't understand science. Sorry, the only ones I see that don't know science are anti-flat earthers. That's damn sure. And what do you think like my channel's literally based upon? Flat earth the last time I checked. How are we not talking about flat earth? We talk about reality. It's as simple as that. And reality is it's flat.
That's right.
Okay, the next one. The most hilarious FE justification for boats disappearing bottom up behind the horizon was they are hidden by water mountains. What?
By water mountains. What the hell is a water mountain?
I
A
have
wave?
no idea. It's the first time I've ever heard that word.
Is that a tidal wave or water mountain?
Tsunami! It's literally... What was the word I used earlier? Forced perspective.
Right.
Yeah. We have foreshortening. Parallax. Hey! How's it going, Brian? Good to see you, man. Glad you could make it. Dude, please hit me up so we can have another show sometime together. Would love to do another Mandela Effect. I was actually thinking about it today.
Yeah.
I haven't had a Mandela Effect video in such a long time.
Do you know, I was watching Doctor Who yesterday. I was watching it today as well, but yesterday I noticed in one of the episodes, a Volkswagen van, and I paused it at a certain point, and it was about a 1960s Volkswagen, so the line in the middle was kind of hard to see, and I paused it on a point, and I was like, oh, there's evidence, and it looked like there was no split in the Volkswagen, but when I played it again, you could kind of see it a bit. I was like, oh, wow. I thought I had a little bit of residue there. It
And
was
then
just the way it was, you know?
Yeah. And I was one of those guys with the Volkswagen logos.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. They never used to have a split. We all know that.
Look, you can't ask the young generation today because they just know the new logo.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's see this guy. I feel like asking a flat earther to explain a tug of war game. Multiple forces can act on an object simultaneously. Might blow their minds. Really? That is just like stating the obvious. So if someone's pulling it on the one side and someone's pulling it on the other side, there's two forces acting on. Congratulations. Notice if the one team has more force, the other team falls forward. Note that if you're trying to equate this to gravity, gravity is not a force, so therefore you can't use gravity in this explanation. I spat my coffee where this atmosphere will get sucked off. Okay, how do we make this plain and simple? The atmosphere won't get sucked off. It will force itself into the available space.
Vacuum is not suction.
A vacuum cleaner, for instance, does not suck things up. The high pressure around the open low pressure system forces itself in. So as that gas is forcing itself into the vacuum cleaner, it's picking up all the dust and dirt with it. That's how it works. Entropy, baby. Entropy. And notice, can you use a vacuum cleaner if it wasn't contained?
No.
How about if you have a vacuum cleaner and there's a hole in it? Would it work?
You're just moving the dirt.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, Brian, we definitely have to email me, then we make a time. It'll be great. I'm sure Michael also wants to come on if you're on and stuff, and PJ's always here anyway, so
Absolutely.
definitely. Hey Deborah, good to see you. Okay, so let's carry on with this one. I love their logic, okay? Gravity doesn't exist, it's buoyancy. Helium balloons don't fly because of buoyancy. First of all, that's not even a coherent statement. Second of all, buoyancy doesn't mean gravity. Buoyancy is displacement of forces. Gravity is not even a force. Gravity hijacked Archimedes' principle 1,900 years after it was made. They had ships working on Archimedes' principle 1,000 years before buoyancy was even a thing in gravity. Just because you hijack it doesn't make it gravity real. It's displacement, as simple as that. You do not need gravity for displacement. All they've done is they've taken the calculations, they've taken that average displacement acceleration and said, oh, look, it's gravity. No, it's not. Stop hijacking reality, guys. It's embarrassing. Okay, underground tunnels, what's up? Good to see you. Do you guys want to carry on through these comments, or do you want to carry on with the video?
I'm easy. It's up to you, dude.
I think they're all really dumb, but I think you guys get the point.
Yeah.
The guy has such gullible followers, they don't even know what he's saying is total nonsense. Joshua, check out the mega mold scene in Spaceballs. That was epic, though. with the large vacuum cleaner. That was funny. Okay.
But let's say that you're operating on a different kind of perspective. Okay, well, how
Operating on a different kind of perspective. What the bloody hell are you talking about?
does that perspective work, and how does it differ to what we would expect to see on a globe?
There's no such thing as different perspective. What the is this oak talking about? Last time I checked, perspective is perspective. Doesn't make sense. By the way, guys, hit the likes, share the show. Let's get this out to a wide audience. Let's show the people just how dumb the globe defenders are. They have what I call a false sense of intelligence.
The Rayleigh criterion and the angle of attack explain why things disappear bottom first.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Do you want to talk like this all night, you ignorant buffoon?
Yes, rather amusing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think from now on we shall talk as if we are gentlemen, because that makes us sound somehow ignorant to this buffoon. Hey Liv, good to see you, thank you for coming. So from now on, Planarwalk, you shall now call me Tim. Okay?
I want to be Cuthbert.
Or how about Sir Henry? I shall be called Sir Henry. Yes.
I want to be Master Pogie of Plopshire.
Okay. Master Pogie and Sir Henry. Okay? Does that sound good to you, Planarwalk? Hey Oz, good to see you. Thank you for coming. It's insane. And Jolly Man, hello. What is wrong with this guy?
He's not. He's nuts.
You know what? I think Planarwalk, lay off the vaginal cream and get yourself some protein shakes. Might help you.
I like what Brian just said.
Yeah, Jolly Man, we all pictured that satanic teddy bear straight away. That was the first thing we all saw. Really, really sick stuff.
Terrible, isn't it?
And to me, that is, if you give your children that is literally just wrong. Really wrong. You don't give your children that.
Well, no, it doesn't. The Rayleigh criterion just shows when something will become unresolvable.
Oh, really? So, like, when the ground is more resolvable than the bottom of the object. So, aka Rayleigh criterion, as you say.
Wow.
Which is really oddly based on 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. Huh. Weird, eh?
Yup.
Well, Rayleigh criterion is based on the lambda, the lambda of light, but it's also based on 1.22. So it's weird how that correlation stems. Oh, shout out to Life is Short when he did an actual presentation, many hours of presentation on this exact thing, giving actual equation, actual demonstrations, and actual presentations on this. And then note, we have how many channels now all over the YouTube land and over the internet where we actually demonstrate bottom-up obstruction on flat surfaces, literally showing what we say. Weird that. And that's not to mention the globers that try to debunk us and then demonstrate our actual claims for us and then say we're wrong while they demonstrate what we said. Yeah, that would be people like Bearded Devil and Sean Hawkins and everybody who ever tries to do something. I can't say the other people do demonstrations though, so yeah, you guys just talk.
The top half of something is resolvable, then there's no reason why the bottom half shouldn't be.
Oh yes, it should. I'm gonna quickly draw it for you on paint.
Nice.
Honey noni of your sissy. Akani no ni, Elon. Okay. Let's see. Let's see how I can explain this to someone. Maybe like I don't know. Can I explain it to like you would explain to a 4-year-old?
And you might not get that. Maybe
Okay.
you should go a bit lower.
Okay. We can say you have one peak of light like this. Look at mountain, child. You see? This would be the one resolved object. Now, we're going to have another one, okay? And it's going to be... So at the moment, you are able to resolve 2 different objects. The wavelengths of light are far apart. Now, we take this one and we move it closer. Okay? Still resolvable, but it's quite blurry next to each other. Now what happens when the maxima and the minima of the two, that would be the maxima, that would be the minima, overlap each other like this? Would you be able to see 2 objects or 1 object? I know, 1 object. Now, let's for instance say there is a boat on the ocean floor. You are able to resolve the boat and the ocean. What happens when that boat moves away and the angular size becomes smaller? Hey, Seeking Star Water, good to see you. Thank you for coming. The boat's angular size gets smaller, correct? Does the water's angular size get smaller? No. So, let's quickly draw this out in an orthographic type of way. The maxima and minima of water. This would be the ocean. Let's just O for ocean. And let's put the boat. So the boat is going out and it's becoming smaller with distance. And it's getting closer to the angle of the water. So the angle of the water stays exactly the same. The boat going further away is going to say what does that say, class?
Shit shrinks.
There we go. Shit shrinks. So which one is going to be less resolvable? The shit shrink one or the one that stays the same size?
Yeah, the shrinky one.
Ah, there we go. And because shit shrinks in the distance, what's closer to the larger angle? The bottom of the boat or the top of the boat?
In the top.
No, the top's not closer to the bottom. What's closer to the larger angle?
I'm messing about.
I know. We just wanted to see what the Globies would say. Let's put it this way, Globies. The bottom of the boat is closest to the largest angle, which is the sea.
Yep.
So you have the what we call the diffraction limit. You are now only able to resolve 1 object. And that 1 object is now the ocean floor. Hey Andrew, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Does that make sense?
It certainly does. Probably not to them, but it does make sense.
Okay. Can you wait 2 seconds? I just want to quickly help my son.
Absolutely.
Would you entertain everybody with a song?
I'll knock my neck on the
PJ's got such a beautiful voice, guys.
Oh,
I've heard him singing in the shower, so.
I was going to say in the shower,
See
you
now.
can picture a bit better. It's craziness, isn't it? What music doesn't sound? No Globies here, dude. Yeah, it makes a change, doesn't it? It's a lot better without Globies. You do still get a few strays coming in here and there, but it's a lot better now than it was before. It used to be like trolls would come in every 2 seconds. It was the mods were having a hard job. Vicky was sweating. Now she gets a break. You know what I mean?
Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay. I don't know if there's really any actual genuine ballers out there that, because I think they literally just punt the globe because they have to at this point. You know what I mean? It's like they're stuck in that hole.
Yeah.
I see we got 32 votes now, and no 50% and maybe 16%. So we've got some globers in.
Yeah, the acoustics are always better in the shower. I would have sung if I was in the shower because I know I sound wicked then. I sound brilliant. But yeah, not in a dry room. Nah. The acoustics are all wrong, dude.
Did you sing? Did you sing for everybody?
No, I just read it. I
come on.
You know.
Come on, repeat after me, PJ. I'm
What?
singing in the rain.
I'm singing in the rain.
Oh, singing in the rain. What a wonderful day. I don't even know the words of that song, but okay.
Wonderful feeling, I'm happy again.
And then you should go.
I think Vicky hears me singing. She loves my singing.
But thanks.
Oh yeah. I know that. Yeah. He's leaving Flats alone for a bit.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy he's going over to you now. You can have him.
Oh well, yeah. I don't think we can have it. If she sees him in there, she'll just be getting rid of him.
You know, they're still denying that they used to have a sound formula. Well, it literally shows on screen they have a sound formula.
Wow.
Hey, think for yourself. Thank you for coming. Okay, let's carry on. Listening to total and utter ignorance from this guy.
You can actually try to simulate this by scaling an image down. You see, when you scale an image down, it loses a lot of the resolution that it has and a lot of the finer details.
Yeah, but when you've done that, did you notice that the whole image is losing resolution? Not just the buildings alone.
Unbelievable.
It's not hard to understand.
He knows that. He knows that what he's doing there is wrong. He knows that's not right.
That's the thing. I don't think so. I do think this guy's generally this dumb.
Wow. How could... Wow. These are people that profess to be scientists or do a lot of science.
Yeah.
Wow.
Last time I checked, when you're going with a boat on the ocean and you're traveling further away, the sea doesn't get smaller in angular size like your boat. It stays the same.
Sea travels with you, Flat.
Yeah.
The sea, the land, everything travels with you.
I don't know. It's 2024 and we're still getting these kind of idiotic arguments. What the hell?
Yeah,
Let's get lost.
Exactly.
But one thing that you'll never see is the bottom of buildings disappear because some things are now unresolvable.
And we just explained to you why you're an utter fool.
Objects don't go over the horizon because you can zoom back in on them to bring them back into view. Well, whenever I see someone try to zoom in on something to bring it back into view, it's because it's just gotten too small to resolve without zooming in on it, not because...
Oh, so resolution limit then?
Now he's doing a bad Mr. Bean impression. That's all it is.
Oh,
You know
yes.
what I mean?
Oh.
I trust Mr. Bean. I trust Mr. Bean debunking flat Earth more than this dude.
Oh, Teddy.
That'd be brilliant. Mr. Bean and flat Earth side. That'd be excellent.
Hey, black guys, good to see you. Yeah, it's insane. No, I don't think this guy should do impressions. It's quite bad.
No.
Especially if his impression... I think he's doing the impressions to try and hide the fact that he absolutely knows nothing. Maybe that's the thing, you know, like a kind of tactic to make the people rather think of what that instead of what idiocy he's saying. Yeah.
Doing impressions, eh? Trying to be someone else, maybe.
Yeah.
because it's gone over the horizon.
Blink test, exactly, black guys.
I've never seen a flat earther bring an object back into view that has disappeared bottom first over the horizon.
Really?
What?
Really? I have an actual video on my channel. One of my first videos ever. I've shown it live how many times? Many people have shown this many times. there's nothing on the horizon. You zoom in, guess what? You see the thing again, and it comes bottom up.
Yeah, and they know this as well.
Yeah.
And you've got to deny a lot of stuff you've got to lie to say what he's just said there. You know, he's got
Oh, it's insane. And by the way, when you have something like an ocean, there's things called waves and bulges. I mean, we can show videos of boats not even at the horizon disappearing or bottom up and showing again because of small waves and because it's going in and out of the crevices of those bulges. Do you literally think the ocean is sitting at rest?
Just hasn't been done. Gas pressure cannot exist next to the vacuum of space without a solid barrier, because otherwise all the atmosphere would get sucked off.
That's not what we say.
That's
He can at least actually, how can I say, quote the argument correct. So let's try it in a, he's kind of, hello friends! We tell you this. Gas requires containment. Without the containment, there can be no pressure. No gas pressure means no containment. If you have no containment, there will be no gas to breathe. What is gas pressure, you may ask? Well, it's simple. Gas moves and hits surface walls. This, my friend, is called gas pressure. What does that tell you? If there's no surface wall to hit, there's no gas pressure.
Oh, wow, you sound more like Daisy Duke from Dukes of Hazzard. Mexican South American accent. Oh, nice.
But it's actually very simple.
Yeah.
What gas pressure literally is gas hitting surface walls.
It's not gas pressure. Without it, it has to press against something.
Yeah.
To be pressurized, to be gas pressure.
It's a physical action. Without that physical action, it can't exist. Now you can have gas just moving, but if it's not going to physically have that action of pressing against the container wall, there's no pressure.
No pressure at all.
I say it looks like I hurt everybody's ears there.
Yeah.
This argument completely ignores the fact that as you get higher in elevation, the air pressure decreases. So, logically, if you get high enough, you're going to find yourself in a vacuum. Water finds its
No!
Wow.
As Dell says, no! No, it's very simple. The higher you go up, the less air pressure we have in the same system. Pressure gradients comes after pressure, which comes after containment. You are just a moron. Wow. It's very simple. Should we go back to paint again?
Why not?
Today it should be, on today's show, we teach ballers how to think logically. Okay, friends, what do we have at number 1? I know, sir. A container! Woo! Now, we have a container, but it's empty. Would you say there is pressure inside this container? If there's nothing, there's no gas, it's just a container, it's void of anything. No. Why? Why would there be no pressure inside this if there's no gas in the container?
There's nothing pressing against the sides to make pressure.
Now let's put one little gas molecule in there. And that gas is going and bouncing this way. And when it hits this container here, what happens? Would that be pressure accumulated on that surface wall.
Definitely.
Okay.
A little pressure, but it's pressure.
And then it would just bounce away, correct?
Yeah.
Until it hits again.
Yep.
And that's pressure again. And then it moves away again. Until it hits again. Get it? Now, can I ask you something? Let's take this scenario. Let's take this scenario. And we do the same now. Without the wall. We have the gas molecule. And it's moving. Oh wait. Where's the container wall to give it pressure?
There isn't. No, just keep going.
What's going to happen? It's just gonna...
Keep going. And that's in that linear direction.
And it will never stop moving, correct?
Never. Unless it hits something. Or itself, or another
Or
gas.
another gas particle. But
Which isn't,
now, when am I going to pick up gas pressure here?
You're not.
Huh. Exactly. Okay, so let's do another scenario. We have the gas there. And we have Earth there. This is the ground. Now, this gas particle bounces. Okay. Is there pressure there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the gas molecule bounces away. It's in this direction.
Yeah.
Where is it coming back?
It's not unless it hits a container.
But we are able to have measured air pressure here. Or how about here? At any altitude, there is some kind of measured air pressure.
Yeah.
Now, weird that, because air pressure literally requires interaction of the gas hitting a surface wall.
Yep.
So now, if it's just hitting the floor and bouncing into a vacuum, as you put it, which anyway nature abhors a vacuum, so it's against natural law. How is it that we are able to say the gas is coming back to breathe? So, literally not understanding how gas works or what gas is. Gas is a unbonded, homogeneous, always moving, never static molecule. That's it. It's literally things, little, how can I put it, air bubble keys? Molecules that's literally bouncing everywhere in all directions constantly. And it can only change direction with what?
Collision.
A physical collision. And that, sir, is gas pressure 101.
Yep.
That alone takes your idiotic thing you just said and threw it in a dustbin. There we go. Okay. So I guess that was his argument for gas pressure. His argument was pressure gradients.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
Or level, meaning that it will always be flat and will never take the shape of a globe.
Okay, let's go back to what he was trying out.
Hello.
A globe. Oh shit, what did I do? Sorry.
Ahoy hoy, I'm Planarwalk. Over the horizon, because you can zoom back without zooming in on it. That is disappeared bottom first, or the atmosphere would get sucked off. This argument completely ignores the fact that as you get higher in elevation, the air pressure decreases. So, logically, if you get high enough, you're going to find yourself in a vacuum. Water finds its own level, meaning that it will always be flat and will never take the shape of a globe.
Whoa. Also, say it correct. Water, according to physics, always finds its level when seeking rest. When at rest, correct?
Yep.
When at rest. It's a very, very specific thing to say. When at rest, which you never seem to say, any anti-flat earther on the internet. It
Never.
literally just doesn't exist in your head.
No.
Okay? Now, can anybody show us curving water? No, they can't.
And surface tension doesn't count.
Back to the paint. Tonight we are doing the paint show, guys. Flip. I'm sorry, I feel like swearing to this guy. Okay.
That's frustrating.
It is very frustrating. Okay. Let's have a little syringe. Mr. Planarwalk. I know you don't like that, but I'm going to say it anyway. Mr. Planarwalk, you see there's water in here. You see that shape of the water. It makes like a little U. And that would be water now. Why do we have this little like arch happening here? Almost like, yeah, almost like the side of the walls of the container. The bonded liquid is kind of sticking towards the sides, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So, how strong is that little surface tension? Not much, because it's based on surface area.
Of course, no.
So that's why,
strong enough.
yeah, because that's small. So I mean, like if you have a little water droplet, you would agree the surface tension is okay because it's small body of water. There's not a lot of force. Most of the force is coming from around it because there's forces always acting on it. In this case, gas hitting it. So the gas hitting and going around from all directions. The gas hitting in all directions. Now, that water droplet will now, let's say, sit on a leaf, for instance. I'm just going to put a line to represent the leaf. You have what we call surface tension. That surface tension is sitting around the outside as a little, very thin membrane around that water droplet. What happens if I add another water droplet to that water droplet? Would it still be a water droplet? Would it still be round?
Yeah, it's a bigger water droplet.
Are you sure?
If you add one more.
Yeah, let's add another water droplet quickly. Does that look round to you?
Not really.
What happens if you add even more water?
Yeah, eventually it's just got to flatten out.
Does that look round to you? Or how about we've added even more water? Definitely not round, last time I checked. You know why that is? Because the surface tension is based on surface area.
Exactly.
So, the larger the surface area, the less force attributed on the area. It's displacing the pressure evenly, so it's becoming less force acting on it. That's why... Sorry?
So trying to compare the sea to a drop is just ridiculous.
It's exactly... It's like, let's say you got a piece of pressure pointed onto this point here. But now you are evenly distributing that same pressure all over. So now you evenly distribute it, so therefore you have less pressure on the point, so therefore the surface area is not going to be able to keep it uniformly circle. So, if Planarwalk is trying to argue that the ocean of the Earth, of the globe, quote unquote, is kept together because of surface tension, the guy's a complete and utter nutter and doesn't understand physics.
That's just crazy.
Insane. Hey, Andrew Johnson, good to see you, man. But yeah, that's just a lesson 101 again in surface tension. How much lessons do we have to give this guy in one night? You should start paying me for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's move on.
Neither do waves. So the first thing that this argument ignores is the fact that tides exist, meaning that sea level will change.
Yeah, tides exist. Great. Absolutely got nothing to do with if water curves or not, by the way. Remember when I said at rest?
Change over the course of a day, and high tide does not occur everywhere at the same time, so
Some places never have a high tide. Ever thought of that? You ever heard of nodal tides? Yeah, maybe look it up.
Your diagram was an idealized example.
Yeah, it was just it was a simplified version, Andrew. Because sometimes we have to go so rudimentary for people like this that they literally don't understand the basics of logic and physics and reality. So we have to go so basic that even if you're deaf, blind, and dumb, you'll still know what's going on.
There you go, Space Miner. Yeah, that makes sense. This is an essential lesson you must understand if you're a maker of glass panels and windows.
Exactly, Space Man. I mean, it's insane. Look how the people make mirrors, for instance. You have to understand how the spread out of the liquid is able to go to the edges and have the surface tension to be able to create the mirror. You have to understand this. The further spread out, the more displaced the pressure.
the oceans can't be completely level. Ignoring waves, obviously, because, they say that waves don't count. But more importantly, saying that water always finds its level
At rest.
is oversimplifying the shape that water actually takes.
Water takes the shape of its container. But, sorry, I have to get a see-through glass quickly. Give me 2 seconds. Sing again.
Sing again. It's just craziness what they think, isn't it? They can't do that as a comparison. Can't. It's just ridiculous.
Okay. I are back. Let's try. Ooh, where's my camera?
Ooh,
Camera's off.
yeah. That happens to my camera when I bump it.
Ooh.
If I go on the table or something, my camera
Ooh.
goes off.
It says my phone needs to cool down. Temperature's too hot.
Oh, right. Wow.
Okay, so nobody's going to see it anyway now. But I'm sure you get the idea, guys. Let me try and explain it with this paint again.
So, Flash is just an audible entity at the minute. So.
I are here, but you do not see me. But it's good to see you guys. By the way, everybody that's just joined, thank you for coming. Really appreciate you all. Please, if you haven't hit the likes, do hit the likes and share the show. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, by the way. I'm enjoying
Absolutely.
it. I'm having fun.
Absolutely. Okay. Hit the show and share the likes.
Yeah, hit the show and share the likes. It's a good one. Let's do this one. I'm gonna do this. A glass of water. Okay, let's take this glass of water for instance. We don't. It just doesn't even need the video. Let's wait. Different containers of water. How's that sound? Let's that's even better. Okay. Hello, Mr. Planarwalk. Here we have different containers, okay? This one's gonna be better. See, the shapes are different. You would agree, PJ?
Absolutely.
Now, is the water taking the shape of the container?
Certainly is. It hasn't come outside the boundaries, or it isn't with it too far within the boundaries. It's perfectly on the boundaries.
Great. Exactly. And what do you think shows in relative how would I put, I'm trying to think of the right word. What does the top of those of each container show where the water ends? Do they all seem to be making sort of like a horizontal line?
Yes.
Almost like the water's at rest seeking level,
Yep.
which means horizontal, remember? Flat, smooth.
Absolutely.
Let's do this. Throwing the water in that bottle. Do you see the water level still rising? Now these ones are at rest, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now if you look carefully, there's what we call water tension, surface tension around at the edges. Very nice and carefully. But the water itself is just going as far as it can in the container. So it's taking the shape of its container.
Yeah.
And it's having its own relative level when at rest.
Mm-hmm.
And notice that when it has its relative level at rest, it's horizontal. Just like what level means. Now, let's go to another one because I know people don't like understanding this. I think it will show this up quite nice. There we go. Let's go. You know, like hydrostatics and things.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Different containers, correct?
Yeah.
See
Always got to be level.
The water level. Do they draw the water level curved?
No, never. Like you say, you can tip the glass as well. The water's got to stay level. Always.
Well, how about here? That one side is the same as that side.
Yep.
Really odd stuff, don't you think, guys? Weird how that works. Now note, water is bonded. In other words, it's linked together. They're sort of like holding hands. You know? Now when you think of like a gas, they can't hold hands. They're literally smacking into each other like someone's having a slapping party.
Yeah, and they've got no hands. They're just heads.
Yeah, exactly. They're just butting each other. Think of it as like a slapping party without hands. So they're hitting each other and just bouncing away. But now, as soon as they bounce away to the container wall, they're bouncing back where they came from. So they keep going here, there and here, there and here. Now, that amount of bouncing is what gas pressure is in a container. No container, no pressure, because they just bounce away and never return. With water, on the other hand, they're holding hands, as we would say. They're bonded. That's why when you throw a bucket of water out on the floor, it spreads out.
Yep.
That's why there's such a thing called saturation. When you jump in a swimming pool, you get wet because you're saturated by the bonded water. Yeah. I don't know how much more simple I can make it for this guy. Water and gas both require containment. The one is bonded, the one is not. But one thing we do know, they both require containment. Water seeks level when at rest. There is no curve to water. It doesn't exist. If you show a water droplet, that is based on forces acting on it, aka just like you would be forcing a clay mold into a shape. You are creating that force to mold it into that shape. And if you want to claim gravity, you can't. Gravity is not a force. And if you even gave it as a force, it wouldn't even be strong enough remotely to do anything. There we go. I think I've said enough.
A better descriptor would be water conforms to the forces acting upon it. Thus, if there is a force acting upon it to make it curve...
See what I'm saying?
Mm.
And what force are you trying to say here, Mr. Planarwalk?
then yes, it will curve. Gravity is just...
No, it will not curve. Water does not curve.
It's going up to the toilet. That's just it.
Shot. There's no such thing as curving water, Planarwalk. Water takes shape of its container. No container, no shape to take on. Get it?
just a theory. Ah yes, the whole evolution is just a theory.
Again, something nobody says, really. Evolution is not a theory. Evolution is a story. It's a made-up fairy tale. It's not a theory. I don't even think you know what the theory is. What the bloody hell? No, guys. Evolution debunks itself from step 1 till the end of steps. You don't even have a step 1 to create itself. You literally need a self-creating enzyme, which is impossible to get in reality. There's no such thing as a protocell. It doesn't exist. Evolution requires a protocell. There's no such thing as a protocell. That's as easy as we can put it. We don't have to go into all the mumbo jumbo of just evolution, because that's a whole different stream on itself. But literally this guy's just parroting nonsense. That's all he does. I mean, we've been through 3 minutes of his video, and it's taken us an hour and 15 minutes because we have to explain the basic fundamentals of every time he opens his mouth, because it's so dumb. You never heard of Bruce Lee? Wata! Exactly. Andrew, in a vacuum, gas moves in all directions still. Gas is not static. There's no such thing as static gas. It doesn't exist. If you're claiming gas is static, you're literally going against gas behavior. And by the way, if you introduce gas into a vacuum, quote unquote, it's no longer a vacuum, just to let you know. Because there is no actually such thing as a vacuum. A vac is a colloquial term given for low pressure system. And note, a vacuum low pressure system physically needs containment.
Who said gas was static?
Andrew's trying to fight for gas being static in a vacuum because he says it's denser than nothing around it.
Gas in a vacuum wouldn't be a vacuum.
Exactly.
Not a vacuum. Gas is always moving. It's always moving. How can it be static?
Gas moves through free space, guys. They don't understand this. They literally don't understand. Gas is always moving. Gas is always attributing a force on itself and on other gas molecules or objects. Hey, Trevor Bear, what's up, man? You rock. I agree. If he's so confused even about his gender, I doubt he's not going to be confused about these other simple facts of life. Hey, Gavin B, good to see you, man.
Except we've got the flat earth version here. Of course, the people that say this don't realize that when we talk about scientific theories, we're not talking
what? Evolution isn't science, you idiot. You can't call evolution a scientific theory. Do you even know what a scientific theory is?
Like you say, it's not even a good concept.
What is the hypothesis and scientific experiment ever used for validation in evolution, please, guys?
None whatsoever. They say they observe it, and that's the first part.
How do you observe something that's supposed to be quoted millions of years old?
Exactly.
Millions and billions of years old. It's insane.
And even if they did observe it somehow, that's only the first part of a scientific experiment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an experiment then. It's just an observation.
Gavin B. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Gavin B. Global Walk.
About a guess, like what a lot of people mean when they use the word theory. Scientific theories need to fit the data that we have available, but they also need to have evidence to back them up. Otherwise, they are dismissed and not accepted. If gravity is real, then why won't water stick to a basketball rather than flowing off of it?
No one says that. This guy's literally making up shit. No. They take the water falling off of a ball as an example and demonstration to show your how can I put it, belief system is not demonstratable. That's all. You can't have water sticking to outside of a ball because it's not demonstratable. Get it?
No, can't do it.
I don't understand how they don't get this. You can't demonstrate anything for your globe. So we literally have to make dumb things up, like throwing water on a ball and saying, see, it falls off the ball.
Yeah.
Because
Stick
there
water
is
on
no
a ball.
demonstration for it.
You stick water on a ball, it'll fall down the contours of the ball and drip off the bottom. Simple.
Insane. And that's not why
And then-
gravity does... Yeah, but... I mean, that's not why gravity doesn't exist, by the way. Gravity doesn't exist because gravity doesn't exist.
That's it.
Nobody even
That's
knows
it.
what gravity is. And the main gravity punch at the moment is based in a mathematical construct in the fourth dimension that we are never able to observe. And it's not a force.
Because the gravitational pull of Earth
There is no such thing as a gravitational pull. A push or pull requires a force. Gravity is not a force, so we can't push or pull. Physics 101, again. PJ, can you push me over if you didn't physically push me with a force?
Well, I think I could try and telekinetically do it, but I don't think I could do it, dude. No.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, you physically need a force to be present to push me over.
Exactly.
It will have to be a physical interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Since when does a mathematical construct have any physical interactions?
It's crazy.
And especially if it's not a force, how is it supposed to give rise to acceleration? Last time I checked, for mass to accelerate, you require a force. And since gravity is not a force, it can't cause mass to accelerate.
Yep.
Whew. How many times have we gone through this kind of thing anyway? It's
Crazy how they
insane.
don't get it.
far exceeds that of a basketball. If gravity is so strong, then why can birds fly, and why do magnets defy gravity?
First of all, magnets is one of the fundamental forces of nature. It's demonstratable. It's observable. Gravity's not. Just because they call gravity one of the weak forces of nature doesn't actually make it so, because it was placed when gravity was still seen as a quote-unquote force. It has been debunked as a force, and therefore should actually get removed as a fundamental force. But they won't do that, because as soon as they do that, you have to change all the physics books today. You have to change the curriculums. You have to change everything. Why do you think they still teach you idiots gravity's a force, even though they know it's not a force? Think about it. Gavin B, can you put a graphic up or blur or something over that plushie? Yeah, I don't like the plushie either.
Bad, isn't it? It's really bad. We was talking about that earlier. It's ridiculous.
Let me see if I
can't
can do
believe they make
something
toys
about
like
it.
that. I can't believe they actually make toys like that. And I bet it's probably made by a Hasbro or something like that, a normal company. You know what I mean?
I'm going to see if I can do something.
We've got some pixelation.
No, don't worry about pixelation. I'm just going to...
Ah, see, stick your... Yeah. Great idea.
Let's see if it blocks it. Okay, let's see if it blocks it, guys. Does it block it?
Can't tell yet. Can't tell yet.
While we
Can't tell
wait,
yet.
while we wait for it to block. Hey, Sovereign Soul, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. And I'm sorry I'm putting you guys through this with this guy. It's good to see you guys. Where does that plushie come from? I don't know. From the devil.
Yeah, it blocks it.
Does it block it? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sounds.
So it's an improvement.
Absolutely. There's a big laughing dude there with some headphones on. Don't know who it is.
Well, it's blocked it now. It's my pleasure. Okay, let's carry on.
Well, birds fly and magnets defy gravity by creating a force that is larger than the force that would otherwise bring it to the ground.
There is no force of gravity. Sovereign, yeah, it's a guy, but he's got an identity crisis.
I'm a bit confused.
Yeah.
Helium balloons float, so therefore gravity must not be acting upon it because otherwise it would fall to the ground.
Helium balloons show there's no such thing as a downward bias. Get it? Ooh, gravity shows everything falling down. But balloons go up. Clouds go up. Water vapor goes up. How many things go up in your paradigm of things fall down? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check that, Spud. I'll check it, Spud. I'll check that. I'll check it after the show on that.
Really insane.
Well, that is because there is another force acting upon it in opposition to gravity, and that is buoyancy. This force is created because gravity also affects air particles, and these air particles will try to force things out of their way if they can, but this force has to act upon the force of gravity acting upon other objects.
Again, gravity is not a force. Buoyancy is simply the displacement force. There is no gravity in the situation. You, sir, are a complete dunce. Man, oh man, oh man. And he does love this pose. Have you guys realized this? That's why I used it in the thumbnail.
No doubt.
Holding his
No
globe. Man, this is insane. Respectful question. Would the bending, warping, and bending space be considered a push or pull? The Big Bang formed force. Nope. It's not a push or pull. General relativity explains the bending and warping not as a physical thing, only an optical illusion in mathematical construct. It explains the fabric of space-time as a flat piece of fabric in space. Bending and warping as the masses around it seem to unevenly distribute the mass around it, thus causing the masses to appear to be attracted to the large mass as it moves through this on top of this fabric, not because of actual forces, but because of optical anomaly, like a fictitious force that gives rise, because of the mass bending and warping the fabric around the masses. Note that all this is just mathematical construct in a fourth dimension that is unobservable and literally goes against everything in reality. You can't have a not force cause an acceleration. You need an actual force present to have a fictitious force there. Fictitious force cannot work without having an actual force there first. No real force, then no fictitious force.
In the case of a helium balloon, the gravitational force acting upon that is so low compared to that of air that it can just...
Again, no gravitational force. There's no such thing as gravitational force. Air, in other words, does give force. Well done. It's called gas pressure. Glad you conceded that. means we will all be dead right now if there was no containment.
Just be pushed out of the way pretty easily. Gravity is not a force like Newton says because Einstein said that it's not a force and Einstein replaced Newton. Well, you can still use Newton's equation.
Again, say it the correct
Wow.
way. Okay? Say it correctly. Newtonian gravity has been superseded for over 108 years by general relativity. General relativity specifically says gravity is not a force. Newtonian gravity based mechanics is always based upon a force. So you
Sorry.
cannot false equivocate and say they are the same thing where it specifically has different mechanics to each other. One's a force, one's not a force. Yeah?
And if there was such thing as gravity, you can't have part Newtonian, part Einsteinian. You know what I mean? They don't work hand in hand, do they?
Exactly.
At all. Wow.
I mean, if the current model, you can say, has superseded the old model, that means it's replaced. Okay?
Yeah. But I'm saying he's saying you could still use a Newtonian. How? How
You
if
can't.
it's superseded it?
But you see, the fact that you're still able to use Newtonian equations for everyday life shows that it's not actually gravity. It literally shows you guys have an equation which describes what we see in reality, but it's not gravity, because gravity is not a force. So in other words, by proxy, you've debunked gravity even being a thing, because you're still placing quote-unquote gravity in your equation and saying, see, it works. So if gravity is not a force and you're placing it into equations that consider it as a force, shows it's not gravity then. It's something else that you hijacked. Yeah.
Nice chilling, man.
It's very simple.
That's funny.
But let's just do this for him quickly, just in case he doesn't know what superseded definition. Supersede. Supersede verb. Okay, but I want to see the definition. Come on, let's go. Supersede has occurred as a spelling variant of supersede since the 17th century and is common in current published writing. It continues, however, would be widely regarded as an error. They don't even have it here.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not a definition of it.
What? Merriam-Webster
What's going
can't you
on?
put supersede up? What's going on?
So is it? Oh no, it's just I was gonna say,
Supersede, there we go. We'll take another one that's actually got to the definition. Supersede. Supersede is a fancy sounding word for a simple concept. If someone cuts you in line, he supersedes you. To
Yeah.
supersede is to take something or someone's place.
So if you take the place, how can you still use the old? How
Ah,
can you?
exactly. So let's say Newton was standing in a line and Einstein was standing behind him. And Einstein cut in front of Newton.
That's it.
Can Newton still be in front of Einstein?
No, Einstein wins.
Yeah. So since general relativity superseded Newtonian gravity, it means the current position, aka not a force, is the seen model. It's the actual pushed narrative. Aka you cannot use Newtonian gravity because it was superseded. Let's see. To take place or move into a position of replace. Substitute a person or thing for another that is broken or insufficient or lost, no longer working or yielding what is expected. What does replace mean?
To you take you that you it's self-explanatory, isn't it? You take replace them. That's it. You just go in front of them. You're now the boy. You're the man.
Exactly. It's literally to replace it. Let's say you had A
You have to define
donut.
hard because it's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Replace
Yeah.
in place of instead of. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna do it this way, just for the fun of it. Let's say this is a hand, and I'm gonna use the example of a donut because I've been dreaming about donuts. It's just a joke, guys. Okay, so you're gonna say there's a donut, and it's on your hand, and now that donut, whoops, fell. That donut had now fallen off of your hand onto the floor. Now there's no donut on your hand. Okay? So I come and I say, no stress, man. I got another donut for you. Here you go. And I put another donut in your hand. Did I replace the old one?
No, certainly did.
Yeah. So now, can you tell me, this new donut, is it the same donut that fell on the floor, or did I give a new donut to you?
You give me a new donut.
I replaced it. It superseded the old donut.
Yeah.
So if you take a bite in this new donut, are you taking a bite in the old donut?
Certainly not.
There we
Certainly
go.
not. Truth over comfort said
And I see that, yeah, but don't stress. We already got the definition anyway. Thanks anyway. Woo, let's go. I can't believe this. It's a 10:30 already. What's going on?
Wow.
I've got mixed feelings on tonight's show. It feels like it's taking long for me because of the utter stupidity this guy is bringing. But it feels like it's going quick because we have to explain everything. Think about it. Look how long we've been going on. And he's literally only spoken 5 minutes.
Well, you can't say how it's not fair use.
It's crazy.
It's mental.
Equations and treat gravity like a force because under certain circumstances they still work. It's just that Einstein's field equations are much better for predicting things like the orbit of Mercury and gravitational lensing. Einstein says that the Earth is moving up at 9.
Okay. Before we move into the moving Earth nonsense. Again, if an equation works, it doesn't make it real. It just means the equation is used to work in reality. You can take the G out there. You didn't know that, eh? You can take the G totally out and just call it pixie dust.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what you call it.
Yeah, just because they call it a force of Newton, just because they put G as an actual force, doesn't make it actual force. Doesn't make it gravity. It just means you gave a symbol to represent a force.
Yeah. 2 + 2 = 4, hence globe.
0.81 meters per second.
Well, let's go back a touch so we can just see what this guy says about Einstein.
Moving up at 9.81 meters per second squared. So therefore, the only way that that works is if the Earth is flat and moving up at 9.81 meters per second.
Oh boy, I think he's been talking to Daltard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
First of all, there is no acceleration up of anything. We are stationary, literally sitting on my chair right now, and I can tell you there is no observed movement. Can anybody in chat type 1 if you observe movement? Or type 2 if you observe no movement? Exactly, Brian. It's kind of like you call yourself a woman, but it doesn't mean you are one. That's exactly that one, Brian. To the T.
Like that.
To the T, actually. Fudge factor equals rubber ruler. Oh, man. Insane. 2, okay. PJ is saying a 2. Yeah. Oh.
Per second
Another
squared.
2, another 2. Level is curved. Bend horizontals, guys. I haven't seen the Matty Walsh documentary yet. I just don't have time. I've been so busy.
So this comes from not understanding that under Einstein there are 4 dimensions and these dimensions are curved.
And these dimensions are all mathematical. Do you know that? Do you know we don't live in maths? Do you know maths is descriptive? That's it. Literally just descriptive.
You know, that's why you get the curvature of space-time. This does mean that yes, the surface of the Earth is accelerating upwards at 9.81 meters per second squared, but it can only do this because of the curvature of space-time, and it can do this as a sphere.
Oh, really? Okay. Let's draw a sphere quickly.
Alan says he identifies as a conspiracy theorist, and his pronouns are "told you so." That's cool.
Okay, Planarwalk. One side of a sphere. One side of a sphere. One side of a sphere. One side of a sphere.
It's multiple.
Last time I checked, that would be up for this person, remember? That would be up
Yeah.
for that person, that would be up and up.
Yeah.
If you are stating your sphere is moving upwards, how can it be moving up for this guy and this guy at the same time? And this guy and this guy? Last time I checked, an acceleration has a vector.
Yeah.
So there would physically have to be going up, physically have to be going up, physically have to, and you get the point. It literally contradicts everything. This is why he could only do this in fourth dimension, because it only seems to be doing this. It doesn't physically do it, because it's a mathematical construct that's not based on reality. It's not observable. We are three-dimensional beings, and he's putting a mathematical construct in a fourth dimension, which is above observation. Wow. This guy. Wow.
The end result is
I did demonic Teddy, and you're that was what makes you a woman out of you.
Exactly. I would say this guy is stupid.
Aye. It's not a false showing. You know what I'm saying, pal?
I take guys like this and I put them in my martini and I shake them around.
I Mr. Moneypenny.
Yes.
Mr. Moneypenny. Moneypenny.
This guy's delusional. This guy's really delusional.
is that you've got a sphere that's accelerating outwards from the center at 9.81 meters per second squared, but due to the curvature of space-time, it keeps the same size.
What? It's accelerating at 9.8 meters squared outwards at all directions, but keeps the same size. That is a contradiction in terms, you moron.
That is a complete paradox. How?
Just
That's
because
like
he says because of space-time.
Wow.
Space-time doesn't make something stay the same. It's a mathematical construct. Space is literally a man-made concept. Time is another man-made concept. Now you put them together and you have another man-made concept that violates physics. Literally violates physics.
Yeah.
It's really weird to think about, but just because people don't understand it doesn't mean that it isn't what's happening.
Wow. How can you say it's happening? How can you say a contradiction's happening?
It's just happening. For some odd reason, it's just happening. Why? Because he says so.
Wow.
Okay, I think my screen's gonna work again now. Phone has cooled down. Woo, woo, woo.
Well,
Is it working?
it couldn't tell you yet.
Hey, everybody. Okay.
Yeah. Can see you in the element side.
My thing just fell, so I'm just gonna stick it on the table like that. Okay, that works.
Could be.
I'm gonna just make it a bit smaller for the plushie. There we go. So it just doesn't interfere with my face. Okay. By the way, hey, David Benner, what's up, man? Good to see you. Oh, he's come out the closet a while back, though. But it's good to see you guys. Please hit the likes, share the show. Appreciate everybody here. You guys rock, and I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Ooh, I'm getting hot. Okay.
Brilliant.
Gravity causes gravity.
Of course.
Understand this fully.
Is it screen? Okay. Let's get on.
You need to understand that what we see in 3D space does not necessarily reflect what we see in 4D space-time. Again,
you need to understand what we see in 3D space does not necessarily represent what we see in 4D. You don't see in 4 dimensions, you totally... Oh. You can't see 4 dimensions.
Exactly. Through 4 dimensions. Wow.
It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Dimensions are all just mathematical. We live only in 3-dimensional reality. There's no such thing as 4th dimension. You can create mathematical models with higher dimensions, but that doesn't physically make it real.
Exactly. You literally have to believe in fantasy to believe that.
Wow. Wow.
And if fantasy is real, then it's not fantasy, is it? So.
This guy, something wrong. Yes. I'm telling you, he's just wrong.
and it's a very difficult
different degrees and so many different degrees.
concept to wrap your head around. There are plenty of people out there that try to explain it, like Edward Current, for example. Einstein said that there is no optical experiment that can detect the motion of Earth, so how can we know that we're moving around the sun? We don't. This is because in relativity, if you're in motion, then that's...
We don't live in relativity. We live in reality.
Yeah, exactly. And Einstein was Scottish now. You know what I mean? Not German. I don't like that. He was Scottish.
9.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
It's indistinguishable from just everything moving around you. However, considering that the motions of the planets and everything makes a whole lot more sense...
No. You know what I'm going to say? We literally observe the sky moving. We don't observe us moving.
Exactly.
You ignoring that and saying, but you can't tell the difference, is just you being stupid.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
It's you ignoring reality and claiming against observable reality.
Yep.
When we're moving around the sun, we can safely assume that we are moving around the sun, and that, you know, the planets and the sun aren't all moving around us. You don't need gravity.
So that's just a literal statement. He's just literally just making a statement. This is what I say, so there it is.
You just need relative density disequilibrium. Relative density disequilibrium makes no verifiable predictions that would...
Oh, really? Is that so? Less dense, up. More dense, down. It's got to do with displacement. The ratios between... displacement ratios between the object and the medium determines its direction and its acceleration value. Weird. That's why when you try and do something in a vacuum, what is the thing you're manipulating? The medium.
Jim, always. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, JK, good to see you, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's transitioning from stupid to stupider.
Wow. Hey, Skeptic. Good to see you, man. Glad you could make it. Yeah, guys, if you missed the first part, do yourself a favor and go watch it. Let's quickly see what this link says. Gravity doesn't exist. No sound.
Does gravity pull you to the floor? No. There is no such thing as gravitational pull. We lied to you. Why are you sitting in your chair today? Does gravity pull you to the floor? No. There is no such thing as gravitational pull. We lied to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thanks for telling the truth. Thank you.
We got 39 people watching. Why, people? Why aren't you just hitting those likes? What's wrong with you? I'm just joking. Good to see you guys. Appreciate everybody watching. You guys rock. But yeah, that's very simple. They lied to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Michio
Smite
Kaku.
likes.
Shout out to Michio Kaku. Because he's even been saying how wrong mathematically
He does.
the globe
yeah.
is.
Yeah. Out of that 1% they've got right, they reckon. Out of the 1% they've got right, then 99% of that is wrong.
Exactly.
It's probably wrong, you say, yeah. Something like that.
Something like that.
Would be different to what gravity makes, so we cannot verify that relative density disequilibrium is an actual thing. Though this is also partially...
Yes, it's an actual thing. You know why? Because you can use science to show it a thing. Just like Sleeping Warrior did his experiment and I did with the orange experiment. It literally shows it's a thing. Yes, I do, Gary. If you want the Discord link or the Patreon link, it is in my description. I really appreciate all you do, all the support and stuff. Thanks. And yeah, we use Element as the main chat.
Yeah.
It's just it's much more, I would say, better than Discord. But I am active on the Discord, yeah, definitely. And I do have a Patreon, so shout out to all my Patreon members.
Do you know it's been about a year since we used Discord properly?
Yeah, like used it for shows.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, now and again, if someone that can't get in here and we have to chat, we'll go there. But yeah, Element just seems to be a lot more user friendly.
Exactly. But yeah, thanks. Really appreciate the support, guys. But yeah, the links are in my description below the video. You should get them all there. Shot. Let's get on.
Due to the fact that flat earthers refuse to come up with any kind of equations, because when you come up with equations, you can then be shown to be wrong.
Equations are just simply descriptive. It doesn't make it reality. But I am, however, able to do an experiment, you know, so to show it scientifically accurate. Something your globe doesn't have. Sorry?
How was me being able to do sums proving a globe?
I mean, think about it. Is everybody inclined to write equations? Not everybody has that skill, correct? I definitely would to concede, guys. I will not be able to just go out and just make an equation. That's not something I do. Okay? I can, let's say I can do airbrushing, I can do art. Somebody else next to me can't do what I can do. Everybody has their own skill.
Exactly.
But one thing we can all do is do actual science. And guess what? When we do actual science and demonstrations and experiments and everything, we show the globe to be false. Weird how that works. Yet you guys claim your globe has science behind it. And I have I mean, when I started my channel, I asked this. That was, what, 4 years ago? Show me one scientific hypothesis and experiment for gravity. I have yet to see one.
That's right. That's right.
Hey. Because these guys think shape is science. No. Sorry to burst your bubble. Shape is not science.
Once you go flat, you never go back. No flat earther has ever stopped being a flat earther. Well, there's Rachie, there's Ranty, there's Seek Truth, Speak Truth, and I believe there's someone called Tiger Dan, maybe?
First of all, Seek to Speak Truth was never a flat earther. Ranty's still a flat earther. He's just sold out for money. Rachie, well, I don't know what's up with her. She literally just has become some weird globe troll.
I think she just follows what seems.
I think she's for, what can we say? A crowd follower. She wants attention. She's an attention seeker.
Yeah, and we say any true flat earther wouldn't go back because you can't go back.
Exactly.
And by proxy, you're a flat earther to Planarwalk.
Yeah, by proxy, anybody's a flat earther. You're born on the flat earth we live upon, so it's sad. I don't know who Tiger Dan is though.
There is also someone else
No, me.
who I'm not going to mention here because he is embarrassed by the fact that he used to make flat earth content. So yeah, there are certainly people who used to be flat earthers and who are no longer flat earthers.
What about all the people that used to be globers and now are flat earthers? I'm one of them. Everybody in my chat's one of them. PJ, you one of them.
Absolutely.
There's a lot more people that were globers that realize it's flat than the 4 names you gave. And one of them was never flat earther. The other one just goes where they get attention. And the other...
Yeah, you're right. And there's no way Ranty believes the Astro Globe. No way. Not with his observations and stuff like that. No way.
It's crazy. Oh, Tiger Dan was one of the first dudes online. Yeah, I've heard of the name though, but I don't know who he was. That's what I say. So I don't know.
Horizon is always flat, so therefore the Earth must be flat. Well, you'd be wrong. This experiment here shows that...
Wow. I can't believe you come back to that one.
Oh, wait. That's not an experiment, first of all.
Yeah, exactly.
Second of all...
It's barely a demonstration.
Yeah, and second of all, that is literally just showing optics, and you don't understand how optics works and parallax. I can make the same effect on a granite table.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Let's manipulate the image to make it curve.
Exactly. Show us how you don't understand how things compress in an image without showing us.
And not even equally either side.
Exactly. Wow, it's insane.
Even fairly close to the ground, you can see that the horizon does indeed curve. But Neil deGrasse...
It doesn't. But carry on telling yourself that. By the way, that picture and stuff has been thoroughly debunked by many people.
It's so crazy he's using this.
It's a very old thing that...
Tyson said that you cannot...
Laughed at it when I first seen it.
Not see curvature from an airplane, so that must be wrong. Neil deGrasse Tyson saying something does not determine reality, in case you hadn't figured that one out.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't like your priests who actually use your actual mathematics for your globe. Note that if Neil deGrasse Tyson is correct, you can't even see the curve from the ISS. How would you expect it to be seen with the picture you just showed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get it yet? They don't like you, Neil. You know why? Because you actually tell them what the real belief is based on the math of your globe. They can't accept the math of the globe because it shows their belief system wrong. Because these are cultists. These cultists are dangerous to themselves. Because they lie to themselves constantly to keep their cult belief alive. And it's really sad. It's very simple. If your math says a certain thing and it shows against it, it means your model is wrong. It means catch a wake up call, Lighty. Ay.
Also, Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about with the naked eye, it's very difficult to see curvature from the airplane, especially when you consider the fact that, you know, airplanes only fly just above the clouds, and so when you get clouds that are off in the horizon, you can't really see a curve from up there.
That is
What?
another contradiction. So the clouds don't follow the Earth curve now? Is that what he just said?
Pretty much.
So if clouds don't follow Earth curve, why would water follow Earth curve?
You
And
can't
why
really-
would boats go over the curve? And why would planes fly then over a curve? If clouds don't follow a curve.
And you won't really see it up there. That's what he's saying. But you're showing us a supposed a observable thing that you're manipulating to show us curve, and it's from a cliffside.
Yeah.
It's a lot lower than a bloody plane.
The guy doesn't understand how lenses work. I mean, compression and things. I mean, this has been debunked so many times by so many different people.
As soon as it came out, it got debunked.
That's really insane.
That being said, Greater Sapien does have a video where he does show a curved horizon from an airplane.
Wow, fantastic! That's brilliant.
Again, optical. Notice how those clouds are not going over a curve.
No, they're not.
That's true, Jolly Man. They only ever cross the peninsulas. They only ever cross the Ross ice shelves and whatever. They never actually go through Antarctica. They can't because it's not a continent.
This is only possible because the horizon there is actually
Heck, they don't even have a full picture of Antarctica. Where are they able to use quote-unquote satellites in space to take photos of other continents, but they don't have one of Antarctica? Really weird.
pretty clear. But that is a fisheye lens. Fisheye lenses would only create a curve that resembles the curve of the Earth out of a straight line if that line is above the center of frame.
Even rectilinear lenses will show curvature, mate. Because when something is further pushed out, it gets more optically compressed and therefore accentuates the optical curve. We've explained this how many times, even how... Oh, man. Let's do this again.
Quite a few.
Back to the drawing board. Now listen to me good, okay? We have Mark standing here. Mark is looking out in front of him. Okay? Mark is looking out to his limit. That would be Mark's limit to what he can see. Now Mark has the same radius limit all around him. Okay? Tell me what shape you will see Mark's eyes giving him.
Is a rhombus.
Oh, a rhombus. Look at what is going of this shape. Tell me
Is it
something. Does that look like flat line or curve line?
Little bit curved.
Little bit curve. Yes.
It's definitely not a
It's
parallelogram.
optical. Yeah, it's simply optical. You got the limits to your vision.
Yeah.
And the limit you can see in front of you is the same limit you're going to have
All the way around.
all the way around you. Doesn't matter what you do, it creates a 360-degree plane of view around you. That's it.
That's it. Like the center of a compass. You're the center of the compass.
Yep.
not below it. Fisheye lenses don't just magically give Earth curvature no matter what, it's very particular about how it does this. The horizon always rises to eye level.
No, the horizon always rises relative to eye level.
He keeps changing the accent of the flapper, doesn't he?
Yeah, so that's why I have to change my accents as well.
Yeah, I thought we were stereotypical and we all had the same weird we have an accent. You know?
Well, without him knowing, he's actually conceding there's a lot more than one flat earther. So,
Well, that's true.
but anyway, it's relative to eye level, not rises to eye level. The word you're forgetting here is relative. Do you know what the word relative means? Oh man, word, gosh, really?
Well, the Greater Sapien video would disagree with you. Also,
Wow.
The water is physically below the person. The horizon is rising relative to the observer. Notice that at the horizon, you would see no matter what altitude you are. Correct?
Yeah.
So if you're on the ground, you would see the horizon. If you're in the sky, you'd see the horizon. If you're 120,000 feet, you'll see the horizon. Why? The horizon rises relative to eye level. The horizon doesn't fall off like it would on a globe.
Exactly. The higher you went, the more that would fall off.
And that doesn't happen.
No.
I have checked this myself, and no, it doesn't. You're just wrong.
Look what he's doing. He's doing parallax, just like I showed the other day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you just lift your camera a bit and see how the horizon is going to be higher than this? Huh? Why don't you do that, Planarwalk?
Moonlight is cold light.
Yeah, moonlight is cold light, which means measured cold. You literally can do this yourself.
Yeah.
Go measure it. Simple as that.
Isn't, when people try to show that it is, it's because of radiative cooling, the things that are...
No, it's you making an excuse on saying it's not cold light.
Yeah.
Get it?
Isn't it meant to be when the moon lights out, it's warmer in the shade of a tree than it is in direct moonlight?
Yes, it's
right?
warmer
Yeah.
in the shade of a tree than it is in direct moonlight. But they're saying, oh, you see, it's just the radiation coming from the ground. They don't understand. It doesn't matter what altitude you are. It gives a difference. Because you're simply getting cold light coming from the moon. They can't accept this, by the way.
No.
They just want to say, oh no, you see, it is a warm light, but the thing is, it is radiating cooling because it is coming from the sun, which is reflecting off the moon, which is reflecting off the ground. Which is just showing you are making an excuse. You are a pepperoni. Well, he's the pepperoni without the eye.
Right.
He's the pupoli. My friend Mario will call this guy a pupoli. Yes.
out of moonlight usually have something nearby to stop heat from escaping. And even if moonlight was cold light, that wouldn't have any effect on the shape of the Earth.
No, it wouldn't. I agree. But you brought it up.
Yeah, it's true.
Flat Earth is so ridiculous, then why does YouTube censor us?
That's quite a... I think that's quite a logical thing to ask. Why?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not just YouTube, by the way.
There's lots of
It's
stuff out
practically
there.
everywhere.
There's lots of stuff out there that it's not true that it doesn't get censored. If that's what you're about to say, because it's not. It's censored because it's not true.
Exactly.
Well, YouTube doesn't actually censor Flat Earth. It just tries not to recommend Flat Earth as much.
You just contradicted yourself. It doesn't try to censor Flat Earth. It just tries not to recommend them. That's censoring, you bloody idiot. That's literally the definition of censoring. It's like standing in a line and the guy's trying to push forward and you're holding the guy back by saying, but I'm not holding you back.
Yeah, that's it.
But the reason for this is because advertisers aren't really big fans of advertising on websites that facilitate the spread of misinformation and conspiracy theory.
Yeah, which is you doing right now, mate. You sending misinformation and conspiracy theories. Because the globe is a conspiracy theory, by the way.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you spreading misinformation because every single thing you said so far has been demonstrably been shown false and shown you to be ignorant. So yeah. Hey, awesome. Good to see you, man. And Palpatine. Good to see you. I think we should do Order 66.
Always late, that's why I want a numpty.
Flat Earth destroys lives. Oh, where has Flat Earth destroyed lives, Palpatine?
Exactly.
I don't know. Flat Earth definitely hasn't destroyed my life. Don't know.
No,
Has it destroyed your life, PJ?
No, not at all.
Or
Not
how
at
about
all.
all the other Flat Earthers in chat? Has Flat Earth destroyed your life or has it actually gone better?
Exactly. I'd rather know the truth than be deceived.
Yeah.
Yeah, so somebody wants to ban Palpatine, ban. I don't.
I mean, let me put it this way. If I found out about the Flat Earth and I decided to keep in the delusion, I'd be one unhappy camper. Because I would have to constantly tell myself, it's a globe. Why? Because I just have to believe it. It would irritate the hell out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And because it is a lot easier to just make something up than it
Jolly man, people die due to the Earth shape. Exactly. Note that, yeah, exactly, skeptic. Flat Earth brought him to God. How many times have we heard this testimony before?
That's it. That's it. Once you see flat Earth, you've got to. Once you see it's created, you've got to see God.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You don't got to, but I mean, the natural progression would be, oh, someone created this.
Flat Earth is
So-
positive. The only ones that try and make it negative are these idiots. They're the ones that try and paint it as a negative light. But that's what cults do, people. That's what a cult does.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sovereign. Yeah, Sovereign, his life is improved. Exactly.
Is McToon the king of globe defender? You'd like to think so.
Well, he is. He's there, as you would say, Papa.
Yeah.
is to show that something has been made up, misinformation always has an edge over the stuff that debunks it. So YouTube has decided, okay, yeah, probably best not to promote conspiracy theories and misinformation.
Yeah, exactly what you're doing there. Really weird. What makes YouTube decide what is a misinformation conspiracy theory?
Well, exactly.
Maybe because it's just based on consensus?
Mm-hmm.
And last time I checked, consensus doesn't mean reality, does it?
No.
Mm.
And it's
Information on
obviously
Yeah.
our website. They're trying to hide the shape of the earth to hide God, because if you think that you're just a monkey on a spinning space ball, then you'll think that you're insignificant, so a God can't exist. Well,
Yes and no. Because now you're just defining what people thoughts are and stuff. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's exactly what the heliocentric model does. It tries to desensitize people from knowing there's a creator, and knowing there's God, that there's a purpose in life. Nothing wrong with that. That's literally part of it, yeah. Because what does the Bible say about Satan and the earth? Satan is the ruler of this world.
He's the ruler of this world, yeah.
And what is Satan's main objective? To be totally 180%
Yeah.
opposite of
try
what God
to-
does.
Yeah. He wants to be God in replace of God.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, literally making our point then.
well, there are plenty of Christians that believe that the earth is a globe. In fact,
I was one of them for many years. But that's until I came to the argument and realized, hang on, my Bible doesn't teach me what my pastor said.
Yeah. No, I mean, not all Christians. They might not be deceived in the Lord, but they're deceived in like things that we were deceived in. They still believe the delusion that what we were indoctrinated into, what they were taught at school. They
Hmm.
just haven't seen the truth yet. That's
Yeah.
it.
I
Doesn't
mean,
mean to say that they don't believe in Jesus. You know what I mean?
we used to read the Bible and stuff, and because the way you were taught it, you just accepted
Yeah.
it. You pictured
Yeah.
it as a globe because that's how you were taught. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to love like things like Louis Giglio, where he would show how massive the universe is, and then you have Poltergeist, and
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
Beetlejuice and stuff, Beetlejuice, and you see the different sizes of everything, and you think, oh wow, this is so awesome.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's how they do it. They paint a picture in your head.
How
But when you
massive it
actually,
is.
and that's how you read the Bible, because you've already got that picture of, well, we're on a sphere.
Mm-hmm.
It's been painted in you. Now, when you get to the argument, but hang on, the Bible says it's flat, and you actually go and read the scripture,
Yeah.
you've now been awakened. You're like, yeah,
That's why
I've got the
it's
wisdom now.
that way, because that's how it is. Because you look at it, I mean, you think, oh yeah, well, it's them just describing creation because they don't know exactly how it would have looked like, so it's them describing creation sort of thing. But then when you come to realization, you read it, it's like it's describing it that way because that's exactly how it is.
Exactly. I mean,
Mhm.
don't you think, put two and two together, every civilization in history, besides the
Yeah.
so-called Greeks, said
Hmm.
it was the same cosmology and they never ever met each other before?
Yeah.
How is it they have such similar civilization cosmologies, but they never
Hmm.
met? And you get one group that just decides, well, I'm going to be different. And that group is all of a sudden right.
Yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
The majority of Christians believe that the Earth is a globe. So
Yeah, appealing to consensus again.
Yeah.
The majority of people that believe it's a globe, a lot of them don't even know about the flat Earth argument yet. You do know that,
The majority of the world.
or they get introduced to it with a straw man model, and then they just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Or some people just don't care what the shape is. But also note that how much high percentage of Christians, quote unquote, today don't even pick up their Bible. So they don't even know what's in their Bible. They just listen to what's being taught to them on a Sunday.
Some people tell you they're Christians, but they don't believe in God. Yeah, and I was brought up a Christian. You were, but I was born a Christian.
Try
I was
try
born.
try and watch some things where they actually interview quote unquote Christians today, and they're asking questions. They can't
Yeah,
answer it because they don't know their own Bible. They don't
that's right.
know God's word. They don't know anything actually. You understand?
You know, that's it. Just what they've seen on TV about Jesus and stuff like that,
Because
films
all
and
they can parrot is what's being told to them.
yeah,
if the Earth being a globe is supposed to make us all not believe in God, then they're doing a really bad job at it.
No, they're not. You know how atheism has risen. How much has atheism risen in the last, let's say, 50 years?
wow,
Quite a lot.
yeah, a
How
lot,
much has Satanism risen in the last 50 years? Quite a
a
lot.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And what is the root cause of these people as well? I don't know, space.
Hmm.
And believe in science fiction, aliens, and all this nonsense.
Yep.
Yeah. If you separate it from God, it gives adverse effects on your on everything.
That's right.
It's as simple as that. You take God out of the schools, what you taking out? What you going to get in return? Yeah. Think about it.
Hmm.
And the sad thing is these people don't actually know what's really happening at this moment. The Bible prophesied.
Absolutely.
It's weird how a quote unquote just a book is able to make so many predictions and prophecies that come true. If it's just a
Yeah.
book.
Yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to hide the shape of the Earth to hide the lands beyond the ice wall. Well,
Okay, that's a Witsit and Co kind of thing. I'm not gonna answer this.
we've known that the Earth is a globe for about 2,000 years.
No, you haven't known it's a globe for 2,000 years. You believe it's a globe, and your so-called 2,000 years history could be all just made up. A lot of the people don't even have proof they ever existed. It's literally easy just to change history books, mate. Very easy. Who says we have the same history that the people 150 years, 200 years ago had? Who says we have the same history? It's easy to change the narrative, dude. You only live a generation. It's like broken telephone. You go and say something to someone. If they say it enough times to someone, the communication has changed.
Absolutely.
It's not the same message.
Chinese whispers. Yeah.
We've known Antarctica has existed for about 200 years, so that can't have been the original motivation for saying that the Earth is a globe. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the
And notice how they had the ice wall before the discovery of Antarctica. Really weird. Did you find that a weird coincidence?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to end it now before I say something else too stupid. That's what you could be saying.
this video here because I have by no means gone through every flat Earth argument, but I think the fact that so many of them can just easily be shown to be false is a very good indication that flat Earth shouldn't be taken seriously.
No, you shouldn't be taken seriously because literally every time you opened your mouth, you were wrong.
So that easily to be shown false, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it?
That's sad. Sad indeed.
These are all arguments that not only have I debunked before, but other people have debunked them before. I'm by no means the first person to debunk any of these arguments. If they were actually...
Sorry, has he debunked anything? Has he debunked anything? Except make illogical statements and show he's ignorant to practically everything what he spoke about. I don't think he understands what the word debunks means.
Definitely not.
actually convincing, then I'd be a flat earther, but they're not. They're not convincing to anyone that actually goes ahead and thinks about it. There's a reason why out of all conspiracy theories, flat earthers seem the most ridiculous, because out of all conspiracy theories, they're the easiest to debunk. Well, there are others that I find easier to debunk.
Now you just contradict yourself again.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy contradicts himself a lot.
Yeah, well, he's a paradox.
Planarwalk.
Debunk, but that's because I've, looked at the stuff a bit more. That's a subject for a completely different video, so...
You've looked at other subjects a bit more. So you're claiming out of how many years have you had your Flat Earth channel? You haven't really looked into Flat Earth then? What? Hey Nathan, good to see you, man.
I think I don't know if he's in America. He's from New Zealand, so I dare say he's in...
Yeah, he's New Zealand as far as I know.
Let's push that to the side. Anyway, leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. Leave a comment letting me know what you'd like to see me make videos on in the future.
What I'd like you to see to make... You know what you can do, Planarwalk? You know what videos you can do? Demonstrate your globe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Do actual demonstrations and observations for what you claim. How's that? I think that can work. Okay, let me get this
Yeah, you do it first, if you could do that.
block off. Oh man, that was hectic.
That was crazy. Yeah, I was worth it though. Frustrating, but wasn't it? No,
It was a fun show. We could make some fun at least, so that was a good thing.
Yeah, it was quite funny. Quite funny. Chat was funny as well. Chat was good. I knew Vicky would take up that offer when I said then anybody can ban Palpatine. She was like straight in that.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
We don't want the dark side. Oh, yeah.
He's a
Ooh.
legend in mind. Yeah, exactly.
I'm so hot, I think I'm going to take a shower again before I climb in bed.
He's more like a legend. Yeah, don't blame me, man.
Yeah.
More like a legend than a legend.
What did the votes say? We ended up with 61 votes, guys. Planarwalk should change the name. Yes, and this is what it should be. 43%. No, 43%. Can you believe it? Maybe 15%. Plonker wank. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh,
No,
wow. But yeah,
I like it.
guys, that was a good show. Thank you for the show. Appreciate all the support, guys. And yeah, thank you for everybody that hits the likes and shares the shows and just come into the show. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate all my patrons. Appreciate everybody that supports me. You guys are great. How the hell? Oh yeah. So any closing statements, PJ?
Yeah, well, that was idiocracy, and you can just see it in the future, can't you? You can just see it. You can just see the movie there. Where if things had keep going this way, it's going to be an idiocratic future.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
he did,
becoming a democracy.
he did freely debunk flat Earth. Easily killing it, truly. Easily debunk flat Earth. He didn't show any of that whatsoever. It didn't show any glow either. It's just the usual hand waving crap, and he was so confident at the start as well. You know,
Exactly.
they never. I'd love to. Do you know, like if they could show anything that was even slightly believable, it wouldn't change my position. But they don't even show something that's even makes you think. Like maybe not at all.
Nothing.
So, yeah, good show, man.
That was great. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to say thank you for coming. Thank you, PJ. And I think that's a good summary.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, Planarwalk, you need to do your homework. Blessings, guys. Many. Have a great evening or day or wherever you guys are. And then see you guys tomorrow. May the pressure be with you. Cheers.